My name is Shannon, and I'm Vice President of Product Management at Rapid Deploy. And at NENA, I am co-chair of the Data Structures Committee within the Development Steering Council, where data structures, as well as sometimes the conveyance of data structures, are explored within our working groups. Innovation is interesting, right? Because on the one hand, you could say innovation is a brand new idea, right? Something that's completely fresh, never been thought of before, completely disruptive, makes a big splash or a change. But I think innovation is a bit more nuanced than that. I think innovation can also be the implementation of an idea that's been around for a long time but simply hasn't been implemented yet. Man has dreamed of flying for ages, but it wasn't until relatively recently that we actually could, and we could actually do it efficiently and put it to use. So one interesting problem that I've been working on with NENA for some time, but I think it's really timely right now, is something called the Forest Guide. What the Forest Guide tries to do, and what its purpose really is within Next Generation 911, is allowing interconnected networks to actually talk to one another so that you can erase the boundaries that exist between today's state or regionalized 911 systems. It enables data sharing, it enables cross-border collaboration, you can pass calls back and forth, and it enables agencies to work together on large-scale events. So we have this problem today in 911 where if a center gets overloaded, it can't easily have that load relieved by neighboring centers. If a hurricane comes through Houston, Denver can't back them up. If someone crosses a state boundary and that call needs to be transferred to another state, what data can be transferred with it? Can one agency discover the map data that another neighboring agency has? The list goes on. And the architecture of Next Generation 911 relies on that capability of using IP to work through all of those different chains of all of those elements to get from one center to another. If this center doesn't know how to get to this center, it has to talk to something called the Forest Guide to make that happen. The idea of the Forest Guide's been around for a really long time. I got started in NENA probably about 2009, 2010. And we were talking about the Forest Guide then, but we haven't seen it implemented in the US yet. So the implementation of that Forest Guide is a very critical component to making Next Generation 911 work. And with today's 911 systems, you're lucky if you can pass information about the caller or maybe the wireless carrier that's enabling a wireless 911 call, their location, and the phone number itself from one agency to the next. Sometimes you can't even do that. With Next Generation 911, you can pass that information and more. So imagine you have two neighboring counties with two complete separate mapping systems that don't talk to one another today. There are a lot of agencies in the US that literally have maps that stop at the county boundary and the rest of the data is white. There's nothing else. Okay, it's as though we had never explored past the county boundaries. In Next Generation 911, we can break that down and we can share data with our neighbors. We could share it with people across the country. We can share it with whoever needs access to that data. And I think that's one of the biggest promises about Next Generation 911 that excites me, is the ability for agencies to truly collaborate for the first time at that technical level to enable higher quality, higher efficiency, quicker emergency response. Getting involved with NENA from a career perspective and helping in the industry as well has been completely transformative for me. It's a tremendous way to give back to the community and a tremendous way to help not only improve your professional career, improve the state of the industry, but improve 911 here and into the future.